Kia ora, my name is Holly and I am the HR advisor at Masterlink Mentored Plumbing Apprenticeships. I am enjoying a beautiful day here in Ototahi and I just decided to take a step outside to record this video and share with you a little bit about Mental Health Awareness Week and what it means to me. Mental Health Awareness Week here in New Zealand was established back in 1993 by the Mental Health Foundation. Basically, it's an entire week dedicated to improving mental health and mental well-being. Mental health is something that I'm really passionate about and is really near and dear to my heart. I've gone through my own mental health journey and I've also supported a loved one through their mental health journey as well. So I guess I just wanted to give you a couple of tips that I found helpful for myself and for supporting someone else. Without going into too much detail, I guess I'll share a little bit about my own mental health journey. So my journey started when I was really young. So when I was 1 year old, I had a bad accident that resulted in 3rd degree burns. So right throughout my childhood, into my early teens, and even into my early 20s, I suffered with anxiety, depression, and just managing the symptoms that come with those kinds of things as well. I guess for me, the first port of call is always the GP. So having a really good working relationship with your GP is quite important because they are the portal to other kinds of services. Mental health is all about being self-aware. So for me, I know myself and I know when something's not quite right. So for me, it's all about keeping in check with myself. So for example, when I would normally get 8 hours sleep, and maybe if I'm not getting that 8 hours sleep, then I know something might be off. If I've normally got a good appetite and now I'm not eating much, I know that something might be off. Over the years, I've also developed quite a few good coping strategies when I feel really anxious or I can just feel something's not quite right. So for me, journaling is really important. So writing down, I guess, how I've been throughout the day, and reflecting on that, things that I could have done differently, things that went really well for me, that kind of thing. Without sounding too airy-fairy, the other thing that I find really helpful is just the grounding techniques. So if I'm feeling really anxious, counting 5 things that you can see, 5 things you can hear, 5 things that you can feel. It really just helps bring you back into that present moment, which is something that I've learned. The other part of the mental health journey for me is supporting a loved one through their own mental health journey. So once again, it's about being really aware of, I guess, your loved one, your friend, your family member, your work colleague, that kind of thing. So if you notice that something's not quite right, that's when you need to ask, are you okay? Is everything all right? Can I help you? You might notice that your workmate isn't as social as normal, and just having that check-in is really important. If you do have a check-in with your mates, your friend, your family member, and they do say, hey, I'm actually not good, I don't know what to do, I guess the first port of call would always be the GP. So connecting them with that service. It might be that they actually feel they can't reach out to their GP, they don't have the strength, they don't have the ability to do that at the moment because they're so numb. Offering maybe to connect them with that GP service, or connecting them with a family member that might be able to help out. The other really good port of call, which Master Plumbers and Masterlink are engaged with, is Mates in Construction. They're helping bring suicide awareness to the industry, the construction sector. So connecting in with your local mates advisor as well would be a really good place to start. They can provide you with advice, guidance. I know, supporting my loved one through this situation, my first call that I made was to Mates in Construction, and they just helped navigate me as to what I should do in this moment, how to connect with the services, and get my loved one into the crisis service. I guess the only thing to bear in mind is just remain supportive, empathetic, and treat them how you would like to be treated. For some people, mental health, it's not black and white. It's not, I've got depression, I've got anxiety. It's a whole range of different mixed emotions and different things. You might get tired, you might get fed up, you might get sick of telling the person the same thing over and over. But at that point in time, that person is going through something. They don't have the ability to be able to comprehend what you're saying, and that you just want to help them. So patience, understanding, and supportiveness are all key to supporting someone through their mental health journey. Through my own mental health journey, and also supporting a loved one through a really complex journey, the one thing that has made a huge difference to me is having a really, really supportive employer. So just that, once again, patience, kindness, empathy, understanding, and making sure you're keeping your lines of communication open are all really important. There are a couple of things that you can do as an employer as well. So obviously, if you offer EAP services, that can be really helpful to someone who is going through that initial really hard time. The other thing is that Master Plumbers do have the Wellbeing on Tap program. So if you are a Master Plumber, you can tap into that if you do need a bit of wellbeing advice or guidance, whether it's for yourself or for an employee that you're concerned about. There are a number of resources online that you can access as well. If you are immediately concerned about a loved one or yourself, you can text to 1737 anytime for immediate advice. Connecting in with your GP, as I said, first port of call, mates in construction, Wellbeing on Tap run by Master Plumbers. There isn't a one-stop shop answer when it comes to mental health and wellbeing. I guess it's just about prioritizing things that make you feel good. So if you enjoy going for runs, if you enjoy catching up with friends, if you enjoy cooking, making sure that you're making time for the little things that you enjoy in life. So if you're not doing all right, that's absolutely fine. But please talk to your friend, please talk to your employer or your workmate. Tell them that you're not doing all right so that they can connect you with the right services or the right support that you need. There's 100, actually thousands of support groups in New Zealand for every single specific thing that you can think of. It only takes one phone call to connect you with your GP, crisis service, support groups, and other people who might be experiencing exactly the same thing. You're never alone, absolutely not. You're never ever alone in any of this. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to me talk about mental health and my journey and what I do to support myself, but also ones that I care about. If you do ever need any advice at any time, once again, Wellbeing on Tap from Master Plumbers. Talk to your employer, reach out to your GP, or connect in with 1737 anytime, or mates in construction.